Okay, hello everybody, what's going on? This is Muhammad, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to teach you how to solve for this indefinite integral. So we have here the integral of negative x divided by x plus 1 multiplied by the square root of x plus 1 dx. So if you're interested, pause this video, give this problem a try, and then keep watching this video for a solution. Okay, so how can we solve for this integral? Okay, one way, I'm going to be showing here two different ways to solve for this integral. The first one is basically by adding and subtracting 1 in the numerator, and let's see what that does here. Okay, so this negative sign here, okay, we can get it outside the integral. So this is going to be equal to negative. Let me get it outside the integral, and then what is inside, let me add and subtract 1 in the numerator. So x plus 1 minus 1. So with that, I haven't changed anything. And then we keep the denominator exactly as s. Okay, multiplied by the square root of x plus 1 dx. Okay, so now we split this integral into two integrals. Okay, so the first integral is going to be what? Minus. And then if we notice here, guys, we're going to have here let me highlight it for you. We have this term here with this term, and they would cancel each other out, and then we're going to be left out with 1 in the numerator with the square root in the denominator. That's for the first integral. Okay, so we're going to be done here. We're going to be left out with 1 over the square root of x plus 1. Okay, and then dx. Negative, this negative here multiplied by this negative would give us what? Would give us a positive here. And then the second integral, what are we gonna have here? Let me highlight it in a different color. Okay, now we have 1, I'm sorry, we're gonna have 1 here divided by this whole thing. Okay, so that would give us by the way, in the denominator we have x plus 1 multiplied by the square root of x plus 1. So that can be merged in one term, which is x plus 1 to the power 3 by 2, which is 1 plus half, which is 3 by 2. And we can get it to the numerator, so that's going to give us what? X plus 1 to the power negative 3 by 2 after we take it to the numerator, okay? And of course, we can rewrite this here as x plus 1 to the power x plus 1 to the power negative half. So this also can be rewritten as x plus 1 to the power negative half. Now we are left with two simple integrals. Okay, so the first one is going to be equal to negative, of course, x plus 1 to the power half divided by half. And the second one would be equal to x plus 1 to the power negative 3 by 2 plus 1, which is negative half, divided by negative half plus, of course, c. And this can be simplified as negative 2, and that's going to give us the square root of x plus 1, okay, minus 2, okay, and then here we're going to have the square root in the denominator, so minus 2 over the square root of x plus 1 plus c, and that is basically the answer to this integral. Okay, so that's method number 1. Let me highlight this and pink here. Okay, and let me try to show you another way to solve for this integral. Okay, what we can do here also, another way to look at this is that we can look at the denominator here. We can merge these two terms in one single term and then get it to the numerator, and then we can solve it by parts. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so the integral, or alternatively, this is equal to, our integral is going to be equal to negative x, and what is, if we bring the denominator here to the numerator, it's going to be x plus 1 to the power negative 3 by 2 dx. Now we can look at this as u and this one here as v. Okay, so two terms. Okay, so that's how we do it. So we can use the tabular method to solve for this integral, which is integration by parts. Okay, so I'll make negative x equal to u, and for the dv, okay, I'll let x plus 1 to the power negative 3 by 2, equals to the second term. And then I'll use simply the tabular method. I'll keep differentiating here until I reach to 0. And for the other side, I'll keep integrating. Okay, so what's the integral of x plus 1 to the power negative 3 by 2, which is basically x plus 1 to the power half, negative half, okay, divided by negative half, so that's negative 2 here. Okay, and what is the integral of this again? That's going to give us what? X plus 1 to the power half, okay, divided by half, so that's going to give us what? Negative 4 here. And then I draw arrows, okay, and another arrow here, okay, and then I alternate my sign. So that's going to be positive here, and then negative here, okay, and then that's my table, okay? Let me highlight or just color the things here, okay? And then let me put this in a box, and that's an optional step, which you can ignore of course. I'm sorry. Okay, so now let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, it doesn't look nice. Okay, so that's our box here, okay? Now, so the integral is going to be equal to, by looking at the table, it's going to be equal to twice x multiplied by x plus 1 to the negative half, okay? And then minus, that's going to give us minus x plus 1 to the power half, and that's plus, and then plus c. Okay, the first one can be rewritten as twice x divided by the square root of x plus 1. That's one way to write this. And also the second one, don't forget the 4 here, I'm sorry. Okay, we have 4 divided, okay, so minus 4 the square root of x plus 1 plus c. Now you might ask, is this equal to the previous answer that we got? Well, you can keep it like this. This is totally correct, okay? But to show you that it is also equal to the previous one, what we can do here, we can add up 1 and 1 plus 1 minus 1 here. Let's do that here, okay? So let's see what that gives us. So the first one is going to give us what? Twice x plus 1 divided by the square root of x plus 1. That's going to give us x plus 1 to the power half, which is the square root, basically. Okay, so we can basically write it as a square root. Okay, that's the first term. And the second one, that's going to give us negative 2 divided by the square root of x plus 1, negative 4 multiplied by the square root of x plus 1 plus c. If you notice, we can merge these two integrals, okay, together. Okay, so that's going to give us what? Negative 2, the square root of x plus 1 minus 2 divided by the square root of x plus 1 plus c. But we have a negative sign, I guess. Is that? No, exactly the same. Okay, so if you compare this with the original answer that we got, it is exactly the same, which proves, okay, that this answer, let me put it bigger here, okay, exactly the same, okay, which tells us, okay, that this method here, which is integration by parts, or the tabular method of doing that, is exactly would give us, I mean, the same exact answer that we got in the previous way. Okay, minus 2 multiplied by the square root of x plus 1, minus 2 multiplied by the square root of x plus 1, and then minus 2 divided by the square root, and then minus 2 divided plus c, of course. And that concludes, okay, my video. If you like this video, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time here and you want to know more about brain teasers, riddles, logic puzzles, viral math problems, and all types of mathematics related problems, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. Thank you for watching, and see you in another video.